Hey guys, Scott here. Welcome to some more Narrated Thought Duels. This will be my pure mage build with no weapons and only spells. It is by far my favorite build in the entire game. It's the build I'm also most comfortable with in PvP and PvE. It's definitely the one I am best at out of anything that I can do in this game. So I'm very comfortable with this, and I made a guide on this before, 2 years ago. Things are a little different now. Stars of Ruin is obviously a dogshit spell, so you would never want to run that. And there is a couple of other things, but really it's Miriam's Vanishing. Miriam's Vanishing is the huge game changer here because it enables so many more things that you couldn't do previously. It's a very interesting way to break up neutral as a mage, and it's just something that's really, really fun to mess around with and kind of tricky to use, but also very satisfying when it's used correctly. So for those who don't know, Miriam's Vanishing, when you cast it, you move in the direction that you're casting it, and you sort of phase out of existence. You can go any direction you want, and that's just what it does. Now, while you're actually in the teleportation effect, you have iframes, you're invincible, you can't be targeted. In fact, it breaks lock-on entirely. However, these iframes don't start for 23 frames, so it's not like you can just use this defensively to roll an attack like you normally would. This is used as a prediction, sort of like how you would predict a parry or something like that. So it's purely prediction, and also the opponent you're going against has to predict it too. Now, the whole point of Miriam's is the only thing you can do out of Miriam's very fast is cast spells. So, for example, I'm going to use Miriam's and then swing my staff, and you'll see the delay. And now I'm going to use Miriam's and then cast a spell out of it and watch how much quicker it is. So, I'm casting it while I'm still invisible, and that's the whole point. The only thing in the game that has a reduced delay coming out of that is casting a spell. So it's meant to be chain cast. So how do we use this effectively in fights? Well, the important thing is spell order, in my opinion. I have Miriam's right here, and then I have all the spells I would want to use after it in a lineup. That's just for getting started. There's more advanced stuff you can do, but... So, for example, if I want to do a Miriam's into Gavel, I just go up once, and I got Gavel ready. Say they're ready for that. Now I do Miriam, tap up twice, and now I've got Moonblade, which catches them on the roll thinking that Gavel's coming. And then once I've got that timing down in their brain, then I Miriam's up 3 times, Gravitational Missile backwards towards the floor or whatever, just to mess up with their timing even more. And if you really want to get fancy, you can Miriam's Vanishing, hold up, and go back to Carrion Slicer, look something like this, and then just give them a quick poke when they think a bigger spell is coming out. Or additionally, you can Miriam's Vanishing, hold up, press up, and then do Carrion Piercer out of it. So you can pretty much cast any spell that you want. I like situating it right in the middle of my spell list, so I can kind of pick and choose which ones I want to do. And that is the main thing that we're doing there. Another difference that's an addition to the build is Gravitational Missile. It's good for 2 things. 1, choking off an area. This is mostly for invasions. You should put it in front of you right there. People will not enter this AoE. And it's a giant explosion, so they have to respect it. And that's really, really, really useful. Another thing you can do is simply aim it directly at your feet. So it instantly blows up. Does a pretty good chunk of damage as well. It's pretty easy to roll, but you can modify the timing by doing a couple things. 1, you can just shoot it directly at your feet. Blows up immediately. 1, you can charge it a bit, then shoot it directly at your feet. Or you can shoot it directly at your feet, but angled a bit, so it takes a bit longer to explode. Do it like right here. So that compared to this is a different roll timing. So wherever you aim it actually changes when they have to roll it, and that makes it really good at roll catching if you start modifying the timings. Other than that, we've got some pretty classic spells on here. Nothing else has really changed. One of my personal favorites, I've got to say, is Miriam's Vanishing into a Duelist Moonblade, because they typically see the sword and dodge the sword and then get tagged by the projectile. So this requires, I'm not going to lie, a bit more thought than a lot of other weapons in this game. So this might be more I battle a little bit and then talk about what I did rather than what about while I'm doing it at the same time, because I have a weird-ass claw grip. I'm, like, pressing up, like, 5 times in a second. Like, it's not advanced fighting game shit, but it's definitely enough for it to be worthy of, oh shit, this is actually kind of decently hard. I like doing glint blades into glintstone arc when they try to side strafe it, because I think they can just side strafe it and all of a sudden they're getting hit by that. Really useful for that. Bad time to trade. Alright, let's do one of these to get some time to recover here. This lets us drink FP. Also, we can hide in this effect and cast Collapsing Stars out of it. And usually they don't see it. We should be dead here. GG. So yeah, using this as a like, way to obscure yourself, and then you run in it and cast Collapsing Stars out of it, the colors are the same. The projectiles look kind of exactly like the actual orb itself, and the way that the animation of Collapsing Stars goes is it's kind of hard to notice because they start really slow and then come out really fast, but the really slow part is hidden in the actual AoE of the black hole. So that's a really useful tool, and it's really hard to, like, see where it's coming from. So it's great for catching people off guard. It'll probably only work once during the fight, but that's typically all you need it to work, so. Hey, same guy. Again, I'm going to go with my, oh, never mind. He's kind of pressuring me a little much. Never mind. Let's do Miriam's into Moonblade. That'll work. Let's do an arc to catch him side strafing. Darn. Random Carrying Piercer. Trying to roll catch me a little bit. Oh, I tried to dodge it. Unlucky. I'm going to do this. Give myself some cover. That was very ballsy of him to rush that, I'm not going to lie. So that is not really something you can afford to rush into. It's, the damage of the pulses is basically non-existent, but it does stagger you, and it keeps staggering you 3 separate times before it explodes. So it's not a good idea to rush into that. Maybe try a different map or something. We'll not get the same guy. So that is a very scary thing to rush into. And the AoE of the fully charged version is, it's misleadingly big. Like, it does not look like it would be as big as it is, but if you fully charge that thing, it explodes in a giant, giant radius. So you got to be really careful with that and not push it when that happens. It's Blep. Love this guy. He's moving like a good player, I can tell. I don't know how that missed me. Very unlucky. Into Moonblade. Ooh, didn't panic roll, nice. GG. So a lot of the things that I like doing, I just like pretty much never stop casting. I just set up one of these and then do one of these so they do that and then try to roll catch them with this, and as they're coming out of the roll, then I'm doing this and a Moonblade. Basically just always keep doing shit, and when you start running out of FP, you can just cast a Gravitational Missile nearby and use that to drink as well. That's also one of the best things that Gravitational Missile does. It allows you to get a second to drink an FP flask, which is, as I'm sure you can tell with the amount of spells I'm casting with Lusat's and Azure's Staff, very useful. For my actual build, I have the same stuff I've had on for 2 years. I mean, it's just still the best. I don't know. You can't improve upon what already the best is, so I just have the same shit on there. I like opening with Magic Limp Blade just to see how they react. He's kind of rushing my face here. Oh, damn it. We should have time to roll here. It's good. I still win those trades. Into Moonblade. That's the roll catch I was talking about. Into a Swift Glintstone. Did. So yeah, the Miriam's into Moonblade is really, really hard to react to, unless you know that I'm doing it. Once you've seen me do it once, it's actually pretty damn easy to react to. But typically when you see this and just the start of Moonblade, you're like, oh shit, Blade, gotta roll. And then you roll backwards, and then the projectile is perfectly designed to hit you as you fall, as you roll, like, backwards. So that's why I really love that combo a lot. Again, I usually only do it like once per fight, because after that, then they're going to know the timing, but then that's when we can mix it up to Gravitational Missile or, you know, whatever you want. And it's just really, really useful. But yeah, this is by far my favorite build in the game. I'm going to start with Glint Blade just to see how they react. I don't like immediately casting in case they have some buffs or something. We're going to do some side strafe attacks here. Oh, nice. Owie. Cancel my Miriam's Vanishing, unfortunately. Aw. Get away from me, sir. Oh, I thought he was going to live there. So if people are on your nuts like that, you can bust out Gavalahema, which does have Hyper Armor, but it doesn't immediately start. So if you've got a tiny bit of poise, you can probably poise a first punch and then Hyper Armor through the rest with Gavel. But he was just sort of all over my nuts, so I wanted to just back up even more. If that happens, though, and they are, like, super, super spam heavy, you can just always roll back and Swift Glintstone Shard, roll back and Swift Glintstone Shard. It's a very safe, like, boring way to play, but sometimes, you know, if they're right up in your face, you don't really have time to cast much else. And sometimes that can just be useful. Again, kind of boring, but whatever. Again, same opener every time. I always open with Magic Limp Blade just to see what they do. This time I'm going to do Collapsing Stars and try to roll catch all 3 of these. Ooh, yeah. That combo still works. GG. Yeah, that is a combo I found a long time ago. If you do one charged one, wait, do a uncharged one, fully charged collapsing stars, they all hit at basically the exact same time. So if they get hit by the collapsing stars, it pulls them into the two glint blades and almost one-shots them. It's really hard to time, and if they roll any of the collapsing stars, none of this hits. But it's a really fun thing to do. Grief. Build-wise, though, if you want to do this at 150, it's really easy. You would just have like 35 mind, 20-something endurance, I think. That one's not bad to do at all. But if you try to do this build at 125, it's a little rough, because you'd have to have 70 intelligence and 50 vigor, and that can be... You can feel that. Melee will start having a somewhat significant advantage over you then. But you can still do it. You're just going to do less damage. Is that a top Beifong? Holy shit. That fashion's pretty fucking good. Alright. Alright, same opener. Hit the side strafes with this. Went over my head, unfortunately. I'm gonna do a Miriam's into me getting my ass beat, because I got cancelled. Do this at my feet to get some pressure. Never mind, we're gonna aim it upwards, because she's giving me time to relax here. Damn. Oh, that worked out. I didn't really get time to hide in it, because she was circling around it. What she was doing there is the correct play, by the way. If someone does this, and like tries to like line of sight you for it, you keep circling around with them, so you always have line of sight with them. That is, she was absolutely doing the correct thing there. Unfortunately, then she just ate some collapsing stars in the face, but that is definitely the correct thing to do. But yeah, I love how Glintstone Arc is arguably one of the best spells on my list, and it's literally the first spell you get as an astrologer. It's just so good at catching people, because like good players know that you can side strafe almost every single spell in the entire game. So people just side strafe, and then they're like completely fine. They don't really care. But if you throw out Glintstone Arcs in the direction that they're running, suddenly they have to actually start rolling again, and that pressures them into rolling, and then they start rolling, and then you can start trying to roll catch, and it just ends up being good to mix it up a bit. This guy's got the Staff of the Beyond? Interesting. He's trying to set up the Giga combo, so I'm gonna go ahead and not let him do the cheese combo. Honestly, pre-teabag. He's trying to do the exploit where you can't be targeted with, what is it, Hidden Body in Assassin's Gambit, I think? I don't know why that's still in the fucking game, by the way. For those that don't know, if you cast... I forget the order you have to do it in, but if you cast those two things, you just become untargetable for like 30 seconds, which, as you can tell, in a game like Elden Ring, is pretty dumb. It's been a bug for, like... I don't know, since the game came out. Some people have tried to say it's not a bug, despite the fact you have to, like, cast it in a specific order for it to even work, and it's just... Even if it's not a bug, it is pretty blatantly unfair. If you have anything but a horizontally swinging weapon, the advantage you get for literally zero downside is ridiculous. So I kind of hate people that do that shit, especially as a caster, considering that you can't target you with spells now. You get the first cast. Side strafe these. He's kind of getting in range. Let's just reset here. Moonblade. It's not doing anything here, actually. I want to Miriam's into Moonblade here. Roll. Aw, poise through it. Dead. So yeah, you can tell if I do Miriam's into Moonblade and they just swing at me, they typically hit me before I can actually cast it. However, if you know that they're going to try to trade out of it, that's when you can do Moonblade into Capital of Hema. So that's why I think Miriam's is so cool, because it just allows for so many different combinations of mix-ups and stuff, and it's pretty hard to react to. It puts the ball in the caster's court for, one spell cast, and it does cost FP, so you can't exactly do it forever. For me, it's costing like fucking 15 FP every time because of the staves I'm using. But it's still really, really nice to do. And again, if you are running out, you can always just slap a Gravitational Missile on the ground and just go and, heal. Now, that doesn't mean people can't hit you with range attacks. It's not like I'm the only person that has range attacks. What's this guy again? What did we do last time against him? It's kind of pushing me pretty hard, so let's go for Carrion Slicers. Into Miriam's, into Roll Catch Adulas. Well, he jump attacked me. That was an interesting strat. I haven't really had someone dodge the Miriam's into Adulas yet, so I haven't really had to mix up my shit yet. It's always the default one I use, but I want to like start doing this into, into that. Another really funny thing you can do once you've displayed the teleport into the Gravitational Missile, you can do Miriam's Vanishing into Collapsing Stars because they're going to roll away from it, and Collapsing Stars only hits at mid to long range. So if they roll away from it, you actually catch them with Collapsing Stars. It is awkward, though, because I have to go up, 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 up. But it is a pretty good mix-up if people are, you know, attuned to dodging that shit. Karen Vagabond. This man's here for PvP. Hey, stop that. I don't want to do that. I do that. Oh, it didn't catch. Catch a roll catch. Ooh, she had the shield talisman on. Ouch. Pretty even fight so far. Stop it. Glintblade Trio was a fucking terrible spell, unfortunately. Almost didn't dodge it for some reason. GG. So yeah, when the opponent has their own range, it kind of muddies it a little bit. Because I can't do all my safe shit at range. If I am, like, you know, trying to set up some type of, like, you know, Glintblade into Collapsing Stars, I'm just sitting here, and they start peppering me with spells, I have to completely change what I'm doing. Because, you know, unless I'm only casting Swift Glintstone Shard, they're going to be able to outtrade me. So yeah, whenever you have someone that has, like, you know, the Claws of Night, for example, or a bow character, or another caster of any kind, it's a completely separate strategy that mostly starts revolving around me just waiting for them to do something and doing a Swift Glintstone Shard, because it's kind of the only thing fast enough to punish them. And it becomes pretty much a stupid poke battle between both of us. So I'm not a huge fan of going against other ranged characters, but I do what's necessary. Also, Miriam's Vanishing in a Swift Glintstone Shard is also hilarious, but that's like hold up, 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 up. Like a fucking fighting game combo at that point. Granted, it's one button, but it's a staggered hold into... It's just awkward to do. Poison build of some kind. Again, open with... Oh, fuck, here. Oh, you're buffing, sorry. Okay. It's a lot of buffs I'm giving you for free, brother. Okay, you know what? This is fucking ridiculous. Jesus Christ, dude. No. I'm not giving you fucking, like, the one-shot combo. That's gonna hurt a lot, but it's not gonna kill me. Do it again. I'm sorry. There is a limit for how many times I'm gonna let you buff. I'll give you the Golden Vow, and maybe even the Flame Grant Me Strength, but then the fucking Self-Poison and the Flask, like, fuck off, man. I'm gonna let you just do 5 buffs in a row. It's ridiculous. Because, yeah, you can one-shot people with anything in the entire game if you just stack 5 buffs. It's a little ridiculous. You know the sad part about Miquella's Light is it still didn't one-shot me. That dude had... Well, Flame Grant Me Strength is not going to affect that at all. He only had Golden Bound Self-Poison with Lord of Rot, Poison Hand Offhand, and the Mushroom Helm, which is like 40% more damage. Poor Miquella's Light. That spell is just not good. It's this guy again. Let's not do the openers. Let's just fight him in melee. Ish. Swung at the exact same time. Oh, he kind of jumped half of it. So you can see how fucking ridiculous the AoE of that thing is. Like I said, it's super easy to roll, but for some reason the AoE of that shit is like way bigger than the effect that it appears on the screen. And frankly, I think it needs a nerf. I think the AoE of that is too big uncharged. Now, if you fully charge it, I think that would be fine. Like, that's totally okay. But uncharged, it doesn't even look like... It doesn't even look like it's hitting people. So much so when I cast it at the ground, I'm like, oh, I missed. And then they die like 3 screens away. And I'm like, wait, what? I did not hit you with that. So I don't even feel like that was deserved. That was dumb. They need to nerf the AoE of that 100%. I'll try not to use it that much, actually. Hey, it's a Radon. With Mesmer Spear. I feel like that's sacrilegious in some way. Un, do, and I waited a little too long. Fuck. I only got one of them. Fuck. Too late. That man just tried to roll catch me? What a fucking psycho. This is not gonna go well for him. He's gonna eat so much damage here. Oh, never mind. He jumped over the fucking Glintstone. That's fine. Let's do this. Into the Collapsing Stars combo. Again. The obstruction from that is so useful to fucking with people. It's really, really good. And it's kind of hard to punish, too. Well, no, that's not that hard to punish, as long as they have any throwing anything. A simple kukri will interrupt the combos of spells when trying to cast, so that's mostly people just being ill-equipped. But if I go against someone that actually is ready to, you know, have some type of range poke, you'll see it's not nearly as strong. And I feel like every build in the game should have some type of range poke. Again, even if it's just a fucking hefty jar you have in your inventory. You don't even need any build that, like, benefits whatsoever. Just any item whatsoever that can hit people through obstructions, I think, is really smart to have, especially if you go to the arena. Also, you can still target me, too, so even just a bow. No. I'll give you the starter buff. I'm gonna inch closer like a Tonberry. Okay, fucking no. I'm sorry, you just don't get this shit for free, man. It's ridiculous. Oh, he's just trying to cheese one-shot me with that, I see. Yeah, okay, we're just gonna spam this. Fuck this. That guy is doing a gimmick of all gimmick builds. So he's doing the triple buff to be able to one-shot with Golden Crux. It's funny that he's putting Flame Grant Me Strength on there because Golden Crux does, I'm pretty sure, pure holy damage. So Flame Grant Me Strength will do basically nothing unless he gets the damaging first hit. So the only thing that's actually giving him bonus damage there would be like Golden Vow and the Lord of Rod Exaltation. So I don't know. I'd rather just not get hit by... Honestly, I could let him buff, and if he's just going to spam the Ash of War, I could still beat it. I'm a caster, I can just stay in very safe range and just pepper him with Swift Glintstone Shard over and over again. Corrupt Lord. Very good. He's kind of... never mind. Shit, I waited too long. Into these. Oh, never mind. We got it. Oh, yeah, the Great Sword of Damnation, too. So, just for advice, if a mage is setting this shit up on you, rush them down. Absolutely rush them down. Don't let them just continue to cast. Get in their face. Stop them from casting. If you are directly under a Glint Blade, it typically fucks up with aiming and it will go, like, sort of over your head. If you strafe slightly after you attack once, learn the timing. See if he charged the first one. If he charged the first one, you've got a good few seconds before it's going to fire off. If he doesn't charge it, you've got about 2 seconds before it goes off. So... the people that kill me while I'm setting that up are the ones that rush me down immediately and put me on the defensive, so I can't just free cast at medium distance and just happen to start comboing spells. So it's a natural inclination to want to, like, start running away and side strafing and shit. I get it, but you have to fight your instincts and just rush them when they do that. At the very least, it'll force me to reset to, like, Carry and Slicer, and then we're just in a melee battle. As long as you sit on my ass, I can't afford to cast another Glintstone Blade or anything like that, so... That Rancor, that's unfortunately better than my spam. Oh, he just hit the entire fucking Glint Blade combo. I think he's trying to do... Is that the Prince of Death Staff? What the fuck is that? Is this man trying to do an Int Faith build? At less than level 250? What a psycho. So Ancient Death Rancor is one of the most annoying spells in the game. It is only countered by rolling directly through it when they're all about to hit you. But while that's happening, the opponent has a huge setup time. Even at level 169, nice by the way, I still don't think I have the stat allocation to do all those spells. Especially not in the arena. I could say in Invasions, I could drink the plus 10 Faith Flask. And then probably work with that a little bit. But then even then, I'd need to dedicate 10 more points of Faith to the build, so something would suffer. But trying to just get the split requirements to cast all that is just a fucking nightmare, man. Smith Script Cirque du Soleil. So she's going behind this wall, looks like. Oh, no, she's not. Never mind. Oh, damn it. This might be a little awkward. I think I can only do Swift Glintstone Shards against this weapon. Yeah, this is probably my best bet because she basically has Swift Glintstone Shards of her own and no poise. This is a cheesy way to combat this, but I actually can't do anything else super safely because she has medium range too now. So we're just in a, like I said, this is what happens. You get pretty much in a boring off. It's really boring. But if someone has like the Claws of Night or, you know, the Circa or anything like, you know, the Smith Script Daggers or whatever, you basically just have a chip off. And again, it's super boring, but I mean, it's the only way to safely beat that. I'm kind of scared without any poise to go rush those things down. And I kind of am scared at medium range to cast any spells. I guess I could go super long range because those things don't have massive range. But I'd rather be like, kind of close to them rather than just sitting across the map and just shooting spells and hoping that they hit. But yeah, like I said, when those types of battles happen, they are not very exciting. It's just a Swift Glintstone Shard spam, and she does her basically jump attack and whatever R2 spam. That's like the only thing it comes down to, so you gotta fight boring with boring, sorta. Because those things hurt so much. If you just get hit by one R1 combo, it's like 500 damage. It's really, really rough. Okay, Prince of Death Staff guy again. Giga Chad. Triple this, we gotta roll kind of like parallel a little bit. I don't want him casting any more spells, so I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm also gonna set this up to obstruct my next Collapsing Stars. It's nowhere in range of me. Now we rush him down and roll catch. So he did Vortex of Putrescence, which is basically only a melee range spell. I mess with that spell a lot. Basically what it does is it puts, if you're in the center of the circle, you see the outer circle here, it puts basically a wave of shit on the outer circle, and then they all come inward and explode into fire. It's kind of a cool effect because you can cast Carrion Piercer, and by the time that the fire comes in, it stuns them into the Piercer, and they essentially die from one hit. But I have found it's basically only good in the arena, and even then it's middling at best. In invasions, if you have any uneven terrain, it hits walls and just dissipates. If the terrain is downhill, it just half of them just go into the ground and nothing happens. It's super rough. So it's not a very good spell. The Carrying Recall in his offhand. He's got the R2 projectile staff in his offhand too. He tried to catch me with the roll catch that I do. Fortunately, I have seen it. Oh, that's not a very fun spell. Alright. My turn. How do you react to it? Nice. He's a knower. Oh, nice roll catch. Stop that. Oh, nice neutral jump. Dead. Oh, how did he roll that? I have no fucking idea how he rolled that. Ugh. Oh, you're not even dead. Wow. I'm going to try Miriam's Vanishing into Carrion Slicer. Aw. Dead. So he had Star Shower on. I don't equip Star Shower because it is essentially free damage, and I hate when it's free damage. Star Shower is almost impossible to avoid all the damage of. I actually don't know how to do it, and it staggers a little bit too. I consider that spell to be kind of cheesy. Like, yeah, I can use Swift Glintstone Shard and hit people, like, but you can just roll it. You can react to it and just roll it. Like, Star Shower, it's almost impossible to take no damage from, so that's the only reason I don't have it equipped. It's out of some twisted sense of pride, not because it's bad. It's, honestly, if you want to do damage, you should put Star Shower on your build. It is extremely powerful for doing a bunch of chip damage. This guy again. Alright. Ow. Oh, Sword Dance. I didn't mean to go backwards there. Oh, the combo, that's rough. Oh, he's got a Melidion now. I'm gonna do. Oh, he jumped over it. I wonder, can I Miriam's into, how would I hit a jump attack? Would I Miriam's into, like, free aim upward to Duels Moonblade? Can I Miriam's into upwards gravitational? No, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that. If people, like, do a jump attack out of, actually, no, if they're gonna do a jump attack, probably Gavel would be a good idea, unless it's like a colossal weapon, in which case I'd get stunned. That's an interesting way to deal with that, though. I gotta think about what I would do against that, because Piercer wouldn't work. Gavel would work on a smaller weapon. I guess the Duels Moonblade kind of aims upward, but it seems like they jump over the first part, which is kind of awkward. Oh, this guy was, I could tell his movement was good. Oh, yeah. This man's PvPing. See how the roll catch there is what I mean? It's very good. You just take out a fucking great bow? What the hell are you doing? Man just took out a melee great bow. Okay. I could just tell his movement was good, but I don't know what the fuck he was cooking there. That was some psycho shit. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the pure sorcery build. It's mostly the same, except we've got the Miriam's Vanishing mix-up now, which is really good. I unfortunately didn't really encounter anyone that was dodging the Duels. But, you know, I was doing a couple of mix-ups there. I didn't need to do any carrying piercers. I'll try one more just to try to do the carrying piercer mix-up, because I want to show you how it's really good at roll catching, depending on where you land with the Miriam's Vanishing. You know what? The first thing I'm going to do is Miriam's into carrying piercer. Dumb idea, but if I lose this one, it doesn't count copium. I'm just testing something. But it's really cool. All right, so we need a Miriam's into absolutely melee range, and then hold up, and then press up. All right, so we're gonna melee. It's hard to do it into melee range because here we go. Well, I mean, it worked out, I guess, because he fucking. Now we're gonna do it into Moonblade. Uh-oh. Owie. See, it's not always safe. Oh, he boys through that. Holy shit. All right, anyway. That is going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, Miriam's Vanishing is definitely pretty solid. Huge fan of it. The mix-up potential is really, really nice. And hopefully that was useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.